friends. This is Ashley Lateki Ellenboss with Skyhouse Herb School and Apothecary, and today I'll be talking about potions made from pine. And we'll be talking about a few different pine species, but really know that you can use most evergreens that grow in your native area, with the exception of the Pacific yew, which does contain some toxic compounds. But otherwise, we can go outside and look at the plants that are evergreen, that are needle bearing. And so the two that I brought today, actually, I have three different species here. The first one is known in its common name is arbor vitae. It's also called cedar, and it's in the cypress family. And this plant is evergreen. It's aromatic, so you can just crush up the leaves a little bit, and you can smell that very familiar pine and camphor smell to it. This plant is expectorant, so it's really good for lung conditions. It helps to loosen up thick phlegm. It's also antiviral, it's antiseptic, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It's a blood mover. So it's a really good one to use as an aromatic, and I'll give you some recipes in a little bit. So this is plant number one. The second plant that I love that is in this area as well, that grows throughout the East Coast, also the Midwest, is called the Eastern pine or the white pine. And this one is an easy one to be able to identify because its clusters of needles come in groups of five. So if you pluck it off of the tree, you'll see that it has this little base here. And when I hold it there, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so when I was studying with Matthew Wood at the at Teresa Boardwine's school, the Green Comfort School of Herbal Medicine, Matthew was saying that the five needles, we can just remember it. It's like a helping hand, that it's like reaching out saying, here, let me help you. And we know that this plant is a survival food for deer and a lot of animals. It contains high amounts of vitamin C and other compounds. It has a little bit of water in it when it's green. So it's a survival food for all animals in these really cold winter months when not a lot of food is available. But the Eastern white pine is also very high in volatile oils, and in particular, it is high in alpha pinene, which is a volatile oil that has a number of different uh, effects in the body. Number one, it is a bronchodilator, so it helps to open up the lungs so that we can take in deep breaths. But it also acts on our GABA receptors, and our GABA receptors are responsible for helping us reduce anxiety and have feelings of calm and relaxation. And so we know that these are modulators for those GABA receptors, that alpha pinene has this effect. So it is a anxiolytic, which means that it helps to reduce anxiety. And alpha pinene is also found in a lot of the plants in the pine family and the cypress family, including arbor vitae. So these are two plants that are really nice. I also have some really beautiful pine cones that my daughters and I gathered. This is a pine cone from the Norway spruce. And the Norway spruce has these long, long branches, and they hang down. So it forms these like drapes of greenery. It's just gorgeous. And it makes an incredible fort. And my little girls love to go in underneath the branches, and they'll swing from the branches and play. And they've named it their wishing tree. So this is one of the pine cones from that Norway spruce. And then I have another pine cone. This is from the Eastern white pine. So that's the same one that has the five needles. This is its pine cone. And what's really great about gathering things from the pine family and from the cypress family, these evergreens, is that they're full of these resins. And so even, on here, I can see some of the dried resin just sort of stuck to, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like dried sap, right? All throughout there. And also inside of the spruce. Isn't that beautiful? You can see the little bit of resins and sap in there. So, to make a potion, I'm going to recommend that you take a large pot of water and that you throw your evergreen leaves and cones into that large pot. And you don't need to go crazy with it. I would say, like a handful of arbor vitae leaves, maybe a handful of pine needles, and maybe one or two pine cones. And you bring that to a simmer until it starts steaming. And you'll notice pretty quickly that the scent of all of those oils will start to waft into the air, and your house will start to smell like a winter wonderland and magical. And the nice thing about this particular type of potion is that it is going to clean the air while it's diffusing. So you're going to be getting this antiseptic, antiviral, antibacterial, bronchodilating. All of these oils are going to be wafting throughout the house. And this is a really, really nice way of changing the energy in your house. Again, if you want more peaceful, relaxing energy, it's also, I think of pine as being, it's like uplifting, it's like cheerful but relaxing. So it's just a wonderful, easy, simple way to bring nature inside and to create a potion that everyone can enjoy. And it's safe. It's safe for all ages. All types of lungs. Everyone will benefit from this particular pine potion. So you can keep it simmering on the stove. And what I will do is just once it starts to simmer down, I'll add more water and throw in some fresh needles. So you can keep reusing it for 2 to 3 days. And then you'll just compost all of that natural material, scrub out your pot, which will have oil in it. And it's no big deal. Just use a good scrubber and then refill it again with some fresh material. And you can do this all winter long. So I hope that is an exciting thought for you. If you want to even add more to it, you could add a few cinnamon sticks. That would add another nice aromatic flavor to it and a scent to it. You could add in a few cloves or cardamom pods. You can get really creative with what you want your potion to be, and make it really smell good and be really appealing to the senses of yourself and those that you live with. So let me know what you might add if you've done this before. Tell me any other recipes or tips you have for using pine in this way. And as always, if you liked this talk, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with a friend if you think they might also find it useful. And, if you are not a subscriber, please do subscribe me. That helps me to reach more people and share this plant wisdom with others. So thank you for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.